running through the capital of Serbia is the second longest river in Europe, starting its journey over 1,000 kilometers ago back in the Black Forest in Germany until it reached this point in Belgrade. This river runs all the way to the Black Sea from here. Many of you have asked how I got back to England after cycling to Bosnia and then on to Serbia. Well, this is the start of that story. And it starts with an adventure pedalling upstream to Slovakia, just over 300 miles or 500 kilometers following the waterways upstream. First is the Danube.
So with this route being so pancake flat, I'll put that elevation profile on screen now, pretty much pancake flat all the way until right at the end as I come into Slovakia. And I've added an extra water bottle to my bike, a little bit more storage, and of course, a squeaky unicorn. Just for a bit of fun, a bit of company on the lonely trails out here. That means today, I believe, will be my last day in the Balkans and my last day in a non-EU country until tomorrow, and I should cross the border into Hungary. I mean, obviously it depends on how today will go, but I'm pretty much following this type of trail for most of the day. Right, let's keep going. It's flying through the kilometers today.
I would be starting out today in the sweltering Serbian heat along the Danube flood dikes. Little did I know these flood dikes would become my life for the next few days. Riding along the tops of these flood barriers felt endless, and I suppose they are, in a way, endlessly following the river Danube, which was somewhere over to my left, hidden from view. I had initially thought about following the Danube most of the way, but I wanted to avoid some of the bigger cities that the Danube flows through, so it wouldn't be long before I would leave the Danube behind and start following the next river, and the one I would be following for the most of my journey upstream, the river Tisa.
It looks like the road is just like vanishing into the sky. You know, we are now at the point of the year where we've actually got more daylight than nighttime. So while I make my way back to England, I will, I'll have some, like the days are just gonna be getting longer, more time to ride. As long as I can make sure I get my lazy ass out of bed at sunrise, should have some nice long days in the saddle and hopefully some smooth sailing terrain. I am just away from the river for a little bit. I'm about to turn, cross all these fields and get back down to it. And I think while I've done just over 60k and it is just about 2 p.m, I'll probably see if I can find somewhere in the shade a little bit, stop, have a bite to eat, enjoy a little bit of downtime by the river. Ah, it's beautiful out here. There's nobody around. Go get stung, go get stung.
The further I got into the Serbian countryside, the quieter it felt. Endless, dusty farm tracks. And it was getting hotter and hotter. These dusty farm tracks, with nowhere to shelter from the sun, would lead me back along the river Tisa. a river that winds its way through 5 different countries before joining the Danube after travelling all the way from the Carpathian Mountains in western Ukraine.
Can I come past, please? I'll go down here if you like. Or maybe I'll use my bike as a shield. Much love, thank you. Voila! It is too hot for Josh. It's like 25 degrees. I mean, it's beautiful, but it is, I can't deal with this heat. The only thing I'm not entirely sure about this part of the route up, as I'm following the rivers, is going to be camping. Sometimes when following rivers, you get really good camp spots. Other times, it can be really hard, not so much. I mean, right now, if I was about to camp now, there's lots of little woodlands over there. So that'd be nice, but whether they will continue like that as the evening draws in, who knows? It's so bumpy, where it's all dry, it's all like, it doesn't get dark until like 8 o'clock I think now, so loads of time today to cruise, keep topping up the old sun cream and see the river from time to time. Typically, because I'm riding on like this, I guess it's kind of like a boundary wall for if it overflows. Never really see it, it's always sort of behind trees and stuff. So, yeah. Oh well, just had a nice hot dog sausage roll type thing. Best you can get around here. Pretty good actually.
Riding along these flood defence barriers all day, with the landscape as flat as a pancake, made for some fast, quite easy kilometres. But there was little escape from the sun, and the heat was beginning to zap my energy. For me, it was just unbearable. So when I finally reached the first small town, in what felt like ages, I had an idea. I stocked up on loads and loads of cold drinks and found a spot overlooking the river where I could sit for a while and wait for the cooler evening temperature to arrive before setting off again in search for somewhere to sleep for my first night following the rivers upstream.
I'm really hoping I can come down here and get into this little woodlands by the river and find a little camp spot. That would be so good. You can see the sun setting. Just everything's very overgrown, so there's not really anywhere to actually put a tent. I don't think that's going to work. That's annoying. The sun is just setting there. You can kind of just see it through them trees. Oh, that would have been so nice. But I do not think I will be able to get the tent up there. We've got like 20 minutes until it gets dark. I've done like 125k as well, so making really good progress today. You know, when everything's flat, it's quite easy to do. I mean, it's beautiful out here today, but hopefully I can find somewhere like that a little more cleared. Good night, unicorn. Got the moon over there, the sun rising over there. Flat Earth confirmed. Oh, wow. Ended up having to go a little bit into the night last night. Not too bad, to be fair. It was about 8:30 when I just found somewhere to camp. Ended up just sort of behind me by them bushes, just sort of getting off the trail a little bit. I slept terribly. All night there were either deer screaming or there were the cricket things constantly whatever their noise is, going on and on and on. Oh, look at that sun rising there, beautiful. So yeah, I didn't really sleep too well. So where I ended up putting the tent, it was like this. So I had like a big headrest. And waking up this morning, it was a little bit on the nippy side, but I'm sure that is not going to last for very long because that sun is looking beautiful. Today, because I did go into the night, ended up doing 136k, so super happy with that. I'm probably I'm very close to a place called Ada, and I've probably got maybe 50k until the Hungarian border. So I reckon while this sun is shining beautifully, should go get on with the day and start heading towards the Hungarian border. Ah, it's so nice, so nice. It's so, I know I'm complaining about the wildlife waking me up, but it's nice to actually hear that it's thriving. Right, let's get up on here and then follow it on. How you doing this morning, unicorn? Good to hear.
That feeling of the cold morning air after yesterday was an incredible feeling on the skin this morning, and the sunrise this morning was just magical. As I got back to pedalling upstream, the crickets still cricketing and the birds chirping away. It wouldn't be long though until the cool morning air would start to warm up. The layers would come off and it was time to get the sun cream applied.
Ah, wow. Only 30 kilometers now until the Hungarian border. I tell you what, today has been one impressive day on the elevation front. It's tough going. In 35 kilometers that I've done 126 feet of climbing. I know, it's impressive. When there's no hills, you've got to pedal constantly. There's no respite, there's no coasting down the hills. It's pedal, 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 and if you stop pedaling, well, you stop. And 30 more kilometers of following this river, and then we should reach the Hungarian border. Hello.
Awesome. Ne može. You cannot. This border is small border, not international. Only European Union. You cannot cross it.
Where do I need to go to get into Hungary?
You must to go to Horgosh.
Here?
No, this is far away. We are here. Lecce.
I started here this morning.
And now you're going to this. No. This place. Martonos, Horgos. This place.
And then here?
Yes. And somewhere is the border crossing.
No way of going this way.
No, because we cannot scan your passport. Only European Union.
Bloody Brexit.
You're not the first, you're not the last. So, nothing to... normal.
Okay. Thank you. Can't cross here because it's an international border. It's not an international border or something. And I can't cross there because my passport's not European Union anymore. So now I've got to find another way around after these cows.
The border crossing that could accept my passport was about 30 kilometers away. It would be shorter, but the river was making it a lot longer as I needed to go all the way back from where I had come from to cross a bridge first. Into a headwind and into the heat, it meant I cycled about 60 kilometers today just to end up in the same bloody place.
Right then, take two. Should we try this again? I'm hoping it's this one. I'm assuming it's this one for cyclists and stuff because the one to my left is like a motorway, so I'm assuming it's this one. And there's a little bike path, so that looks promising. I've already done 100 kilometers now. And I'm bloody hot. I mean, technically, as of right now, I am actually in Hungary. Can't send me back, no take back.
This border crossing was able to scan my passport, and just like that, I was finally back in the EU and into Hungary, arriving in Szeged, the country's third largest city. In 1879 though, the river Tisa that I'd been following devastated Szeged, when catastrophic flooding destroyed almost the entire city, leaving only around 300 of its 6,000 houses standing. Today, Szeged is often known as the City of Sunshine, and it was certainly living up to that reputation. After a long and frustrating day simply trying to get into Hungary, the relentlessness heat had taken its toll, so I found a spot beneath the trees and waited out the hottest part of the day in hope that a cooler afternoon would eventually arrive.
It's currently 32 degrees. It's 4 p.m. I've waited around long enough. I easily could have just sat there all day, and I very nearly did. But I've got to get out into the countryside a bit, at least to find somewhere to camp later. I've done like 130k. Just been that riding all the way around to another border. Oh my God. Every day is a school day, hey? Who'd have thought? A border control that can't do international passports. Never knew that existed, but so I don't really plan to do too much more today. Yeah, that killed me having to turn back. But I wouldn't mind trying to get that 160 if possible. That would be nice. But it should start to slowly cool down now. You know, past the hottest part of the day. And so far, I don't think I'm sunburnt. I've been very good with the sun cream. Normally, my ears are burnt by now. But I think I'm doing okay. Actually, I've done 127k with a whopping, and I mean a whopping 757 feet of elevation gain. Crikey, we might even hit the 1,000 feet today. That is incredibly flat. All right, let's go back along the river. If I can dip my toes in somewhere, I think I will do that. At least for a while, I'm following a nice cycle lane. But back in the EU, we've got some nice cycle routes. We've got some nice cycle lanes, traffic free, kind of, but you know, beautiful, beautiful.
I don't think I have ever ridden somewhere so flat, with so little elevation gain over the course of a day of cycling. And that was not about to change, as I was now in Hungary and pedalling my way through the Great Hungarian Plain, the largest plain in Central Europe, spanning roughly 100,000 square kilometers. Over large stretches of the Great Hungarian Plain, elevation changes only by a few tens of meters across distances of hundreds of kilometers. The Tisa River moving slowly across the landscape, with almost no gradient to drive it forward. It winds out into huge bends, side channels and floodplains, instead of a direct course, steadily reshaping the land around it over time through repeated flooding.
Well, as you can see, the sun is getting lower in the sky. I've done 174 kilometers. It's a shame that about 35 of that was just a detour, kind of in the wrong direction. I am trying to find somewhere to camp. Now you kind of have like either side you can technically go down it. I mean, it's quite long grass. It's just a bit awkward though, because you can't really set up the tent until it actually gets dark if you're just gonna sleep on one of the sides. Then you gotta make sure you're up early just to not be seen. I'd love to jump into one of these woodlands, but one, every time you go down, it's like so much effort when you have to come back up because there isn't actually any good ground. 74.5 and it's 7:30. I've got about half an hour until the sun sets. Oh, legs are definitely feeling it, but I'm just going to keep following along here. I don't want to go too much further though, because I do come off of this for a bit and it gets a bit built up, so I've got to find somewhere. So I've got to find somewhere soon.
Right, good morning. Sun just rising there. As you can see, last night I did manage to find a pretty decent little camp spot. It was getting dark very quick, so I just jumped down into the first little trail that I saw into the woods. Managed to find a nice flat spot here. The stuff that was just in the air yesterday, just floating around, there's so much of it on the ground, it's like cotton or something. It was so annoying yesterday riding with that, because as I'm getting hotter and sweatier, it just sticks to you, it goes up your nose and your mouth, and it's just annoying. 6 a.m. right now, so nice and early, get woken up by all these birds and insects and stuff. And it's looking like it's gonna be another hot one. However, tomorrow, it says it might rain. Go away, mosquitoes, stop biting me. But today is also probably going to be the final day of flat ground before I hit the first hill in Hungary. There's not really any hill. There's like one hill descent and then it's one hill to the border. But hopefully today I can just get pretty close to make the border tomorrow and do the climbing tomorrow.
I've done just over 30k. I'm heading to a place called Solnok, which is probably in about 50, maybe 60k. That's kind of a biggish city, so by the time I get there, it should be sometime around lunchtime, 1 o'clock. Probably just as when things are just starting to get a little bit too hot. I'll probably have to have a nice little siesta. Ultimately today, I just want to get a little bit past Solnok, because after there it's sort of slowly starting to go uphill and get into the mountains as I head towards Slovakia. It does say tomorrow is going to rain. It's like 70%. I don't know if it's going to be all day, if it's just going to be little showers. Still kind of hoping that it's more where I am right now, and as I head through the kilometers today, I'll escape it for a little longer at least. All right, let's make our way to Solnok.
The wind had really picked up today. Lucky for me, it was going in the right direction, with the landscape still so flat, open and exposed. It was pushing me along at good pace. I'd left the Tisa river just before the last town I came through to take a bit of a shortcut before rejoining it further upstream. Pedalling along the farm tracks and following little offshoots of the river that was making its way through the endlessly flat countryside. With the tailwind behind me and not a hill in sight, today was feeling good. Apart from all this pollen stuff floating in the air, this stuff was driving me insane.
This cottony pollen stuff just keeps going in my eye, in my mouth, and my nose, sticking to me. Really annoyed. I'm pretty close to that place. Can't remember what it's called now. Solok, I don't know. You squeak at me. I've done 63, nearly 64k. I think I've got about 15 or so until we get to the city. I'm probably gonna try to find a bit of shade and just chill for a little bit. I've actually only got 170k to go, so I get that down to around 130, 120 left. Should be on track to finishing tomorrow evening. I would actually really like to camp on the border, but we'll see. Hopefully, feel like if there's one place I could be able to do it, it could be the Hungarian-Slovakian border, because it does go a bit sort of remote and country, so like hills and mountains and stuff, so hopefully. But oh my god, this stuff keeps sticking to my face. I got sun cream on as well, so it just double sticks. It's all itchy. Go away. What even is it?
Arriving in Solnok meant being reunited with the Tisa river. But after a little downtime, once again hiding from the midday sun, I would be leaving it again. This time for good, as Solnok sits in the meeting point of the Tisa and the Zodjava river. Right in the heart of the Great Hungarian Plain, my route now followed the Zodjava north out of Solnok, a river that begins its journey up in the hills near the Slovakian border before winding nearly 180 kilometers across central Hungary, the longest river that both starts and ends entirely within Hungary.
think this should do me for the night, hopefully. Might have to remove some of these weeds. They're the ones that just like stick to you constantly. The trail is like all the way through there, so should be nice and hidden, and that's good because it's only about 4:30, 5 o'clock now, I think. So I've still got a couple of hours until it actually gets dark. But done 117 kilometers. I've got about 117 to get to the border, so it's looking like I'm on track to finish tomorrow. Just stupidly hot. I cannot deal with this heat. I don't know how people live in hot countries and cycle. I'm hoping my tent's going to fit here. It's quite a small area, but fingers crossed, because like literally everywhere in this woods is just like overgrown. And I want like this little spot here because it'll be nice and dry. I think it's meant to rain in the night, which would be quite nice because it'll cool things down. But because the last couple of days have been flat, easy in terms of getting through the distance, but definitely a slog because you got to pedal for every kilometre. Let's have some food. What have we got today? Today we have some break, but long ways. Right, scrap that. Literally just as I've stopped, just loads of flies have come out, little baby ones. They're just like everywhere. So I'm going to carry on looking for somewhere better. Where that'll be, I'm not sure. All I want to do is find somewhere to camp right now. I'm so hot, I'm sweating. I just want to sit down and relax and just get all these flies off me. As soon as I pulled out my tent, they just swarmed everywhere. As soon as I started setting up my tent, I could see them all just like fly into it. I can't be bothered with them today, not today. I mean, possibly a river camp spot. And it's a very quiet river, so it should be good. Just got to get through some stinging nettles first though. What am I thinking? Does it look possible? It's quite hidden. I mean, it's going to rain. Typically I would say don't camp by rivers if it's going to rain, but I don't think it's going to rain that much. Oh, could have missed the stinging nettles as well. Yeah, I reckon this will be the spot. I'm going to chill out. I'm not going to set up the tent yet. Just now I will eat my food and get to enjoy the river finally. It's quite dirty. Not sure I want to go for a swim in that one.
Oh, that was such a good night. Oh, wow. Down there, that was such a good camp spot in the end. Just getting to chill there in the evening, getting all your miles, kilometres done nice and early, just to chill for a while by the river. It's nice and quiet, just perfect. Good ground as well. Quiet, apart from, I mean, quiet in terms of like no people or anything, but definitely noisy with the birds and stuff. And there's this one bird that can make the same noise as my free hub. This one. I can do it. Don't know if you can even hear that, it's probably not loud enough, but you've heard it enough on this channel. So in the middle of the night, I was sleeping and I heard this bird make the sound of my free hub, and I thought my bike was moving. I was like, what's going on? Where's it going? And I looked, I could see my bike. I was like, it's not moving. So then I put two and two together and realized it was a bird making that noise, because it did it again later. It was just like, scared me, bird. Why you got to do that to me? Last night though, did have a little bit of rain, not too much, and honestly, it's just cooled everything down this morning. It's a little bit more milder. It's a bit cloudy and overcast. I'm heading that way. It doesn't look like it's raining, at least today, throughout most of the day. There might be a few little showers here or there, but generally it's just very refreshing. 118.8 kilometers to go apparently, according to my Garmin. So we should definitely make Slovakia today, if all goes well, of course. And I'm gonna hopefully try and camp right on the border if possible. Right, let's go and enjoy this much milder morning, because it just feels good, and I feel so alive now. I slept really well, so good. Just need more camp spots like that. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Easy come, easy go.
Packing up my tent this morning and leaving my beautiful camp spot alongside the river. The previous hot days had made me quite enjoy the refreshing showers last night. A much milder, cooler, refreshing morning I was now pedalling into. Still following the river, with this morning treating me to some good old bridges that definitely did not feel safe. But after a bit of breakfast and lounging around in the first town I found, there they were.
I can't believe it. After however many kilometers I've done, I think I might just finally seen the first hill since leaving Belgrade in the distance. And that is where I need to get over to get to Slovakia. Feels close now, but I've still got about 87k to go. Gotta get on the ice lollies again today. Everyone will say, oh, you need proper food, but no, I'm telling you, ice lollies are some of the best fuel for cycling you can ever have.
This entire trip, we've been sitting at around like 250, 300 feet of elevation since leaving Belgrade pretty much. Haven't really gone much higher than that. We're a little bit higher than that now. We're probably about 450, 500. As I start to climb this one and only hill, that is going to take me from around the 500 foot mark to around the 2.5, just over 2,600 feet, I think. And then it's like a long descent, and then one sort of long gradual climb to the Slovakian border. The first climb is the longest one, I think. It's probably a good 25k uphill. So I don't think it's too steep. There'll probably be a few little steep sections. Hopefully I'll be able to pedal up them and not need to get up and hike. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to some elevation. Flatlands are great, especially when I've had tailwinds. This section could have been absolutely brutal from Belgrade all the way to here, because it's so open and exposed that if it was a headwind, it would be absolutely mind-numbingly brutal. The final croissant hot dog, and then we're going up, 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 finally.
not quite at the top yet. It's a good old long gradual climb though, so it's actually quite nice. And it's really nicely sheltered, which is even better. Probably got around maybe 6-7k until I get right to the top. But it's actually just very nice following the stream, upstream of course, and should hopefully be at the top very soon for a very lovely welcome descent. And then this one little, well, I say little, I mean it's a very gradual uphill climb and then a bit of a kick towards that Slovakian border. One last feast before the border. I've got like 20 kilometers to go now until we get to the Slovak, I can't speak, naughty Dr. Pepper. And yeah, it's pretty much flat and then one last climb. That was beautiful up there, got a bit rough though towards the end, so now I'm pretty tired. And there is a very gentle misty rain in the air, which is honestly quite refreshing. I could do with a shower to get all this, this salt sweat off of me. Look at it. Oh, lovely. And I cannot wait to shave this bloody beard off. It's driving me nuts and have a haircut.
Just 20 kilometers stood in my way. One last climb until I would arrive at the Slovakian border, completing my journey upstream following multiple waterways. Shamoshka Castle, sitting just inside the Slovakian border, built just over 700 years ago, this is where I would cross the border, and now I was entering bear territory.